Yes, morning people. Welcome to All Things Arsenal, episode 5. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So, this morning I woke up and I was kind of a bit downbeat. There seems to be a split in the fan base, and I feel like it's probably gonna get worse than when Wenger is in charge. Our legend Thierry Henry, he was on Monday Night Football last night, and all he was doing is analysing Arsenal's issues currently at the moment. He didn't really say anything negative. He just pointed out the blaring issues in our attack. Martinelli, poor decision making. Odegaard not making runs in behind. Havertz coming short. Our over-reliance on the right-hand side, mainly Bukayo Saka. 45% of Arsenal's play is down the right-hand side with him and Odegaard. So I was kind of shocked when I started seeing fans like, he never really liked Arteta. He doesn't have our best interests at heart. He's not, what kind of legend is this? And I'm just thinking to myself, what is going on? Why are fans so scared to criticize the team when they're not doing well? Because these are the same fans that when we're doing well, Saka, best player in the world. Odegaard, best number 10 in the world. Saliba, Gabriel. This is a generational partnership. Is this the best partnership in Premier League history? And I'm just thinking to myself, slow down, guys. Not a lot has been said. You need to just relax and take it one game at a time. But the split comes from, so we have guys on the far end. You can call them the far right or Standards FC. A lot of them, it's a lot of clickbait. They cater to the rivals. Everything they say is negative. There's very little things that are positive that they say. And some of them, I get it. You never wanted Arteta. I didn't want Arteta as well. That's the funny thing. So, I don't get this mad anger. You predicted us not to win the league. So, now we're in a bad position in the league. Yes, it is December, but it's not looking good. I agree. Why such anger and vim? And the others, some of them predicted us to win the league, but you never believed in the manager. You want him out. So that's kind of contradictory because there's no manager in world football that is not good enough or that people don't believe in that's going to win the league, especially not the Premier League. We had Ranieri. That is a 5,000 to 1 story. It barely ever happens, and not when teams like Man City, the Liverpools are in this league. Resurgence of Chelsea, Man United that can spend cash. So this is no good. Stop catering to rivals. I get you're disappointed and angry about what's going on. I am too, but just don't go over the top. Don't start abusing people and doing these type of things, because we've seen over recent years when we was at our worst, fans were fighting in the stadium, and I don't want it to get to that point. Then we have the people like myself. I'd say I'm more balanced. I'm in the middle. I'm just like, okay, it's not going good. I'm going to wait till the end of the season. Arteta, he's probably earned that right to get to the end of the season to at least try and turn this round and win a trophy. I think that is what the majority of the Arsenal fans would say. We wait till the end of the season and see where we're at. Some of them are just like, I just want to challenge. I just want to see good football. And yeah, I can hear that sentiment, although I don't agree, but I can get it. Some people probably seen George Graham to Wenger, the in-betweens. So you're like, success comes and goes in football. Winning is not the be-all and end-all. And we've seen Arsene Wenger from like 96 when he come in to say 2006, because that's when we were serious. In that time period, so that's say 10 years, 3 league titles and about 4 FA Cups, I think. So that's not even a trophy every year. So for the standards FC, you didn't have those standards of Real Madrid when we were winning 1 trophy every other year, when we were winning league titles. How can you think we're like Real Madrid? We're Arsenal. Real Madrid has 15 Champions Leagues. We don't have 1. So, yeah, me, I'm just balanced and I just want the best for Arsenal. Whether that's with Arteta or with another manager, I don't really care. And the last group. This is the group that, this is probably the worst type of fan at Arsenal Football Club. Toxic positivity fans. The mutants online. They can't accept criticism. Everything is hyperbolic. They make some crazy statements. Only putting 2 players from Arsenal and Real Madrid in combined 11s. How can only 2 Real Madrid players get into the Arsenal side? This is going too far. You won't criticise the manager. You won't criticise players in bad form. And I have this Mandela guy talking nonsense to me. And now another one, Karma, little criticism of the manager. You can't say that. How dare you? You're capping. Bruv, do you know what this manager's done for our club? Like, people are not old enough to remember what Wenger did. Most fans saw Wenger. I can understand the little kids that ain't seen nothing of significance under Wenger. Couple FA Cups. Arteta's won the FA Cup and he's got them challenging. Wenger never really had us challenging. So I can understand young kids that are like, oh yes, Arteta, this and that. I get that. But the majority of people, they're just going too far. And this is why rivals get onto Arsenal, because it's these toxic positivity fans that just talk trash about other teams. This player's better than that player. This player's trash. This manager's trash. You're not going to do anything. Like, we haven't done anything of significance in a long, long time. Sometimes you just need to humble yourself. Being humble is such a great thing in football. And these same fans, this is what makes me sick. Some of them, they wanted Wenger to stay. Even though we could see things were not good. Majority of Arsenal fans were like, yeah, it's probably time. Thank you, Arsene. We love everything you've done. But it's probably time to go in another direction. Then Emery come in. These same fans that were backing Wenger till the death, when Emre was going through it, they were in the stadium literally clapping. They were clapping when we were losing a game of football. You paid your money to go into that stadium and you literally were clapping that Arsenal were losing. This is a disgrace. And now, with Arteta, it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter, some of them. If he finishes 8th, 9th, 10th, they're saying, yeah, he can't go. We can't have no one else. Look at Liverpool. Look at Chelsea. They've got new managers and they're doing very well. There's no guarantee that if Arteta leaves, Arsenal are going to progress. We could regress. That's very likely. But to say that this man must stay no matter what, just because no one else can do a better job, it's laughable. And it's quite frankly embarrassing. It's proper embarrassing. But that moves me on to the next topic. The owners. The owners, they're the ones that have probably created this beast, this monster. They didn't back Wenger properly. They hung him out to dry. And eventually, we could all see it was time to go. But they did not do the right thing. They didn't have the strength to say, you know what, Arsene, we're not going to renew your contract. You've done a fantastic job for us, but we want to move on to the next chapter. They purchased the club fully, I think it was 2020 potentially. And they have put money into the club. That I can't fault them for. But the club's not been run properly with recruitment since, you'd probably argue, David Dean was in charge. Edu, he done a good job to an extent. He got us to a certain level. But you'd probably say over the last 2 seasons, it's the poor recruitment that has our season where it is now. We don't want to buy a striker. Gabriel Jesus was bought. Trossard was bought. Martinelli was bought under Edu. Marquinhos, Willian. We've neglected that attack. We've spent far too much money on defence and midfield when we know what we need. Havertz was bought as a midfielder. He done quite well when he moved up front last season, but now we're starting to see that he's not good enough to lead us to a league title. So that goes on to January. What are the owners going to do to rectify these mistakes? We still haven't brought in a new sporting director. Roberto Olabi is the favourite from Real Sociedad. I don't know what we're waiting for. January's around the corner. Are the owners going to be serious? Are they going to be serious and back Arteta in January to give him what he needs? Is he going to have the gumption to say, I demand a forward in January? Yes, I don't know the money situation, but if we don't get at least one, we need 2, but like I said, I don't know the money situation. That tells me everything I need to know about these owners. And if they don't do what's necessary in January, they should start thinking about selling. Because right now, we've been so close to winning. It's fine when you're in the dumps, but when you're so close to winning, that tells you all you need to know if your owners are willing to go that extra mile to spend the money. They done the rebuild. They had to do the rebuild because, like I said, we was down in the dumps. We were spiraling. It was mid-table. But now we want to win. We've seen what you've done with the LA Rams. Are you going to throw all your chips in, like with the LA Rams, to win that Super Bowl? For us to win the Premier League this season? Or challenge on all fronts at the bare minimum? So it's over to you, owners. And you are the reason for the fans lacking standards. For those fans that are over positive, toxic positivity, that's what I call it. It's because of the owners. They've created these monsters. And with toxic positivity, it comes over negativity. So, yeah, we're going to see, man. That's kind of what I wanted to say about the owners. I didn't really have much more, but my eyes are on you. Stan, Josh, please do what's needed and necessary for Arsenal Football Club. Now, to matters on the pitch. My question is it too soon to say? Is it League, Cup or bust? We got Crystal Palace tomorrow. We have a chance to go to the semi-final. 2 legs. And you'd fancy us against anyone over 2 legs. You'd back us. Most Arsenal fans would be like, yes, 2 legs, it don't matter who it is. We'll be confident to get to Wembley for our first Carabao Cup final. And Arteta's first final since he won the FA Cup. He has got an 100% record in finals. 2 Community Shields if you want to count that. And the FA Cup, the one major. So, I'm hoping that he takes this seriously. We're near the end and I don't want to see too much rotation in this game. I need us to take it serious because going now at this stage to Crystal Palace at home is quite frankly unthinkable. And already Mandela is messaging me saying if we lose that game, he's going into hiding. So, like I said, he just doesn't believe. Toxic positivity is very negative. As in the league, we're 2 games from tapping out completely in this title race. It's literally 2 games. If we drop points in the next couple games, that's it. The league is officially over. We go to my prediction. I'm going to put it up for everyone to see. I predicted in the 10 games, 8 wins and 2 draws. Currently, 3 wins and 2 draws. I did say we'd probably draw against Fulham. And then I predicted a draw against Brentford. So right now, for the next 5 games, we must win 4. We must. Because anything more than that is disaster. Is proper disastrous. You look at City, 9 points. That is what I predicted them to get at this stage. 2 wins and 3 draws. Right now, they've only got 4 points, so I got that massively wrong. And then Liverpool. They're literally on the exact points I said they'd be on at this stage. So when I said these predictions, people were laughing at me. Yes, they have a game in hand, but you just look at it. It's not too far off. That is the crazy thing. The Fulham game, we could have won. Last minute winner disallowed. The Everton game, they had no threat. We should have won. So it is down to us why we aren't in a better position and have closed that gap significantly. Because the team that did close that gap is Chelsea. They're doing what I thought we should be doing. They're a dark horse in this race. That is now 10 games unbeaten for them in all competitions. 5 wins in a row in the Premier League. New manager Enzo Maresca. He's outperforming our manager Mikel Arteta. So Arteta, you must do better. Please. That's all we ask for you to do better. Do not let these teams finish above us, Chelsea or Liverpool. And if it's both, it's a step too far. Way too far. Yeah, so the last topic. This is a bit more joyful now. Arsenal women, the ladies. Obviously, as we would say, ladies bring us joy. That is 10 games unbeaten under Renee Slagers. They're playing sensational football, out of their skin. 7 wins in a row, up to 3rd in the league. They've closed the gap to 7 points. But the damage was already done before she took charge. Because the 7 points that were dropped were all under Jonas Einavel. And you know, in the WSL, those of you that watch that league, the teams that win the league, they very often only lose 2 games. And we're at the halfway point. Chelsea have won 9 and drawn 1. So the league is probably a step too far, but we're climbing up the table and she's doing a fantastic job. She's got Alessio Russo playing out of her skin. That's 8 goals in the last 8. It's fantastic. Russo's back. Frida Marnham scoring goals. That's what we like to see. We like to see our women doing well, as they are the most successful. And Renee, she deserves the chance this season to try and win something. We've got the quarterfinals of the Conti Cup against Brighton. We should be favourites to win that. There's a Manchester derby, so one of the Manchester sides will be getting eliminated. And we'll have a chance to get to another final. So far so good. We've also got the FA Cup in the last 32 against Bristol City. So we should win that and into the last 16. Things are going very well for the women. We just need our men to sort themselves out. But guys, make sure you like, comment and subscribe to the Propaganda Machine. Bless. Come on, you Gunners.